The Utopia of the Seas is an amazing ship filled with lots of great entertainment, incredible performers, and I did an entire video all about things to know on this ship, and we covered some things about the Utopia's entertainment. But in this video, we're going to do a deep dive into where the best seats in the house are located. We are going to start with the Aqua show, which is in the very back of the boardwalk area. I like the ones that are about 3/4 of the way toward the back, on the left or right of the center. The reason is there's an aerialist that will come above the heads of the people in the very center section. So if you are a little bit of an angle, you can look kind of up and over and see that aerialist as she comes by and watch her perform a little bit easier than if you're having her directly overhead. Another hint about that for seating, if you want to get wet, sit in the first few rows. If you don't want to get wet, be sure you sit a little farther back than that. I also like being mid-center front, just far enough back from getting wet, but close enough you can see the expressions on the dancers. You can see the divers as they hit the water, but sitting farther back does give you a whole different view. So it's great to see the show more than once and choose a different location for where to sit. If you book a star suite, you don't have to worry about any of this business as far as getting there super duper early, because they will block off certain seats for you if you are a star suite guest, and you can have the prime pick of the location. So everything I mentioned about seating just goes out the window if you're staying in a star suite. What about the other venues? Where are the best seats in the house? For the ice skating show in Studio B, I recommend these seats here. You get a full-on view. A lot of the entertainers are facing that direction as they perform, although the seats on the side are also really, really good. Just be aware of the columns when you pick your seat and make sure that you're able to see the full ice below you. For the Royal Theater, all of the seats are really good in the Royal Theater, so that's just a preference thing. I will let you know that the theater does slope up from deck 4 toward deck 5, and at one point it kind of levels off. So at the back of the lowest floor, you may be at the same level as the seats in front of you. Might be a little harder to see over people's heads. In the music hall, of course, having seats closer to the band would be a preference so you can really watch the performance. But these that are right there by the bar, you may have more noise from the bar and people having little conversations during the show. So if you really like just listening to the music and not having a lot of conversation going on behind you, you might want to avoid that section. But there also is a balcony in the music hall on deck 9. And if you can get one of these seats right there at the edge of the balcony, those are great places too. The attic is the venue for the comedy show and for the art auctions. As in any comedy show, you know that if you're going to sit up front, you are a prime target for the comedian to make fun of you, so go into that being aware. Also, those shows are not until 10:30 p.m. That should give you a little bit of indication of the type of comedy that's likely going to be performed here. And if you are concerned about being offended at the comedy show, but you want to try it out, I recommend toward the back, toward the exit, so you can make a quick escape without the comedian really noticing to make fun of you in the process. For the art auction, you want to be able to see the art, so just a centralized location where you got a good view of the auctioneer is a good place. In the promenade, they have the Effectors Parade. Best seats for watching the Effectors Parade would be here at Sorrento's Pizza or across at the pub. There are some tables that have a good view of the promenade, and if you can score one of those seats early, perhaps go ahead and get a slice of pizza, maybe something to drink, and sit there until the shows start. And I noticed several people like sitting up here at Schooner Bar if you can score one of these seats by the glass where you can go and have a view down. The military appreciation event goes on here at the promenade, so the same seating applies for that as it did for the parade. I hope you found this to be informative. If you would, please subscribe to my channel and help me out. I thank you very much for that. And until next time, this is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones.